Abusia Accra. Aye butu.
That's why this why did this one for second? I'm not
serious decongestion exercise. Course right now we Accra. My things are near the 4th day or the 3rd day. For a very long time now, always a man for Accra nyefe. Gates mu H0T. Ya two ball a good streets are any other kitwa was circle. Last time we made a video about that. Right in the middle of circle. Oh Charlie, this is just sad and just a disgusting style BAB. Nyama this latest exercise we have bano nanu nsuo kakra ye to ya. After the whole Accra abusia na fla di. We hear some of the videos about from those flooding amount for how we go through abusia na sefim.
Nsama si Accra na nempatam na de ha adwehwe dan kama nsuo no to wie no ohum toilet pa na nsuo bu from sa no just amanfo ne ma say ankasa we when almost obia danim ne ma say. So
it was necessary some pennyfo at the top would do something at least a bit me aboa. And some of the things or more back on this decongestion exercise. But so back and even what Accra na amount for Kran go street or riska and then Ghana Immigration Service squatching nip over 2,000. Can move through the streets and at least the streets will be clean kakra. Now out of those nip over 2,000, all of them, majority of them, no more streets or more yen so almost riska. It's not like so more that is their job. What they say. So we nima ebe feel like okay as a obi zero is gonna person money but most of the times that is not the case. You are more for being more legitimate in the or mujine streets this was but because of that way rampant too much, you can't even know. So that immigration or more class I go funny free the streets, it was necessary. And then fast forward to a man for a ton normal or quiet so gata so no map just a baby and yes or mudiga. Oh mudiga Magraheb some parts a choke,
I say you should fix this. Then I will not allow you to sell tomorrow because this is a death trap. Do you understand me? And he has come so they are taking the law of pavements. Do you understand me? He has moved forward too much.
Now this decongestion exercise, it has the backing of Accra Mayor and Accra Regional Minister Ankasa. And you know that even from Nanado Pencil, it was Nanado's dream, say Accra be most cleanest city in Africa. But that couldn't happen.
Who probably me I make one messenger baby because me be amaton ade. Me kwa de ba ko. Oh, I na me kwa chemasa ba. Who probably be say who be na mo go board. Na me sunam na me dwane. I'm a fight.
So Mahama Mamu is saying, you know that every ministerial position where Mahama Mamu they want to perform. So definitely, if there a crash when the mayor need the regional minister and the minister for sanitation and whatever. Or when you know can wear pesa Accra the capital and you clean and nicer. Then this is a necessary step.
Yeah, the sanitation condition here is the reason why we are removing them from this place. The illegal electrical connections here, they convert here to residential apartment. All immoral activities goes on here. Hardened criminals are here as a transit point.
But this decongestion exercise, what makes it a little bit difficult, the traders now we see normal in the street, Basically, there were two angles. The traders an angle and the government an angle. So right now, let's take a look at the traders an angle. What I say?
You need market because they say offer chinsu higher a market. Uba koko border market. Uko tudua market. Ura CMB market. Uko mokala market. Say market in the actual market in Ewahe. You need market ankasa. And I say most mobile pami. Yes, you need the almost share. Ya na share.
From the traders' angle, point number one, this no is their livelihood. Or man go street is one selling no man. One share ya duane kro ne omoni omabusuafo bedi no ano be yedin. How one believe no abusia adwuma ni kronum to the extent to say obia benya adwuma ye. So they are creating jobs for themselves. So this no omo life nyina ni. So if they want it or not, they have to, go out there and sell. And most of these people, they don't have kind of shops and they don't even have enough money. So if you come high, Mokola market, or store specifically. So what to bet me is about the streets and it's not about bobo and then what now selling no more person. So this is more life for Ankasa. What I say. So if you take that away from them now, then it becomes extra difficult for them to actually live in the country. You get me?
You see any baby. Inti saban ne bekwas obi a mesi baby ama mo sei e man nyina mo amuti ekwan no nyina mo nkwa ha sei na mo nkotena ase na mo nton mo ade a fine sabi ekunafo wom eyisia wom mi se mi yekunani mi hwe enkola ases inti se sia niam na metono na mo sei driver force sei na mo mpam ye emfi ha na ye kotena fi a hwan na be hwe ye enu nti na mede mi kokromoti ne ye den eto aba no.
Second thing is that some of them, no, they've been selling on the streets for years. And, most of the times, nothing really happens to them. So if one day, that person don't know where or go. You get me? So it becomes very difficult for that person. Because if there's a different place, that is different. But be a winning man castle we said debut or at this time. That's all ni wa. Then the question becomes the Nippon de Biakota de on only hoses or coin. It's very difficult. After the Nippon start a whole new life, a whole new kind of customer base in the it's difficult. So what dealing business is kakrada.
A quane dear, a no crana medical cadada say, yet a quan, and yet, but any baby a bad day, ye beko. So I say, I yan is your day, ye did but government will be piano, abaye dear.
Third thing is some of our man for in some of the videos say like some didn't even know that this exercise was going to happen. Some say they didn't get clearer kind of say notification say okay be a that saying you have bet this exercise into baton normal you know me free and I say and then the government then making normal clear say be you free guy do ko ha na say so normal bit say are the arguments of some of the traders what you say.
So what you say nti bibini anamo my information obi a montina se ye anabi a monfi ha say na monkwa ha sei ebe ya better na pa se mo pam ye nyina afie akotena afie ho ade tie ho na ebe hwe ye.
Another thing ba go so say amafo na tonton no on the streets no some of them and not even all of them they pay taxes so government didn't him so mo ho ye adwuma because if you go there to collect taxes from them then you to some extent I accept this okay hey na nipa ne ye adwuma that's the reason why it alcohol gen tax no so when we pay jire
na me yo say on hu ye mobo no on hwe ye man na ye man ya sam ye mobo yesre no.
And then the last thing I mechanic say amafo binum kra de ka say omo no makwa borrow sika from banks ne various institutions e mabosian na e kan ho e no mo de ba be business so mo ye so if the government in ka say be your business no right now ntimi nya that person it will be very difficult for that person to repay back the money na wakwa borrow no because one turn no man na turn na okonye sika no hefa e de de akwa kotu abosian no what you say. And if there one wo be a de bia emfa na manfo nim no na so ko different place there is that unsure as onye sure so ko benya sika onya no bia area fa so tena ton no ma da no obenya that same amount of money from that new place no be kona so there is some kind of an uncertainty there. That is part of the reason why it's becoming difficult for them to actually move to a different place.
Yes, Ramu. Ya Yes, Ramu. We are mobile.
So some of it are valid points, at least from the traders' angle. No? Then we come to the government side of things.
Madam, listen to him. I was here this morning. Yeah. I said I'm going to make a line. You can have the TV stations. I said I'm going to make a line for them. We have not done any line. So please don't make their problem worse.
I'm not making their problem.
So just tomorrow come back and see the lights.
Well, the government side of things, number one, and they say most of these traders, they are selling their stuff directly on the road. As a car fast.
Like you all saw today, it's not been easy. We have to visit certain sites twice or thrice to make sure they are off the pavement and the road.
So it's just a kind of 2 ways, like two ba. We also my block 1. Hono muno mudi jano. So right now, no kwina ba be ba kupe. That is where is a car fa. Wako Medina there, you know what I'm talking about. Wako baby two doing the boys in Abusia. You know that these things really happen.
This exercise is not a 9-day wonder. We are on the streets, so we make sure that the roads are clear.
But time now buying your coin or your coin for car. And then even after car, there is the pavement here. Nipa beti mi afaso. Right now, no more overtaking the pavement, no. As you overtaking one side of the road. So I can't say always no traffic bechoki.
We have to fence under this bridge. We have to fence under the bridge and leave with the space that we can walk through. We have to fence under the bridge so that we can get beds on it.
And that leads to the second problem, which is and now say man for being more pavement and so and as I try the pavement because in most cities, you know. Baby a gutters one. Hono mo you first one man for bit me a faso. So basically, no, baby a pavement and I see a gutter. I even say so to a faso. But enamza man for binum ton normal or sunintino. Obi ton sache water or to na obi ton as one we what you to and then it goes back to the gutter na underground, no. And then after the bedroom, no choku to the extent to say no match as a bibian to me from beam. It is a so tough, for example. And I'm saying, Kebefa got a mark on the bidder, say hitting the street, now for the flooding for streets, so then the problem of yearly flooding, near Tosu Koswa. In some of the videos, I think it's day 2. Omuko baby I see a friend was to say deben hell was a day.
Lucifer abonsamno.
Baby I am fan say a shower for binum yo madjuma. A very big gutter and a muddy kind of the years and some so and a mercy kiosks so one and a binum wa abusia or day-to-day businesses. You know what I'm talking about. What I say. And because of the kiosks no them on top of the gutter no. In sober, for example, it is very dangerous for even a month when a woman. Because if I didn't hear man, you saw the and you bet him the action got an any pay good that down. Imagine so but that video and swear falco. Hey, now Jayana to us. What I say, confusing Kakra.
When we take a survey, like the survey we conducted some time ago, they are Nigerians, Togolese.
And the third thing from the government side of things, and then they say, if there's a man for one street in so car quine so SL no manner, it's very difficult for emergency services. For example, ambulance and as a fire service. Say Jato Bishop woman as be film na shit. Na say fire service bar. It's sometimes very difficult for them to even get through the traffic. Cars are choky on the road, heavy traffic as if one.
In the event of fire outbreak here, everybody will start calling government. I was here 5 years, I was here 10 years. Nobody is responsible for anybody to stay here. And therefore, everything that is here, we are clearing it out to ensure that the purpose of the bus stop is utilized by Ghanaian people.
Because there is no other second road that can be to me fast, an emergency can be to me fast, aqua could do mobija. So always, by the time a fire service build through now them DDA, now we've seen many of those videos. And imagine so be yaring seriously. Na ambulance ya baba befano. For the ambulance to even get to baby any pan one. Sometimes na extra difficult because the road is not choked. A month was 10th and then I say for on this road now or more time or monoma. A complete mess here, that is part of the reason why it's necessary, at least in the government's eyes, Send a bear this decongestion exercise, a bit immediate, I yield the kind of a positive result.
Look at the mess here. See the mess. Who should come and clean here? The government is sitting. Look at the mess here. Look at the illegal connections. All this. We have to bring electricians to disconnect them. They have meters here. Who has given them the meters?
And clearly there are videos some of the places in Accra on the street, You can see the flow of traffic, casting, unlike before. What I say?
And by this time I had him say, I had him say,
another thing, so they say, Accra is the capital of Ghana. If there's any other part of Ghana, Biano, any clean Krana, Yani idea when I Ghana, say it, but if the foreigners about Ghana, not the first place, eya amanfo ejine street stress rade gutters mu choki Accra flooded polythene bags ne nwure egu abonte ne yeka wona sa Accra nye cleaner. It becomes sad because first impression is very necessary ankasa unless you're a capito, of course, you know. Or anytime you'll be disappointed. So, you know, when it's capita, you know, the conversation is a little bit different. So, necessary. So, all these things, and you're making sure, say, for foreigners, and even for our own selves, you know, you're making sure, say, but be seriously congested in a hobby release. Now, if it's a so talkrana, intimate move fast. And that's a traffic intimate, for example, ambulance, about intimate. What do you say?
You can take more than 3 hours before you leave. Even if you have siren, you have this motor kit. I mean, it will take you 3 hours, 4 hours before you can even get to your destination. And so these are some of the things, I mean, we intend. And His Excellency, the President also spoke about it. I mean, decongesting Greater Accra for free movement. And so that is basically why the reason why we are doing so.
And the last thing I would say, at least for government side, and also they say, Ghana, you will place as and come out for the call. I designate to be a marketplace. Momra is saying maton woman. But most people ain't because according to them, no, customers. So it's better for them to be on the streets and sell on the streets. What I say. That is the reason why most of these people, no, we see on more the streets, no. Obekaya, there are places in Ghana. I think Medina cry one example. Pokuasi another example. Yetimia kwine, yetimia overhead, whatever. Near ye footbridge, a mama for betimia nanti afaso. You're safe, there be that. Almost say okoko for one muwa. So what they will do, they say, baby, you're seriously risky, no kono mbaka ko chara kwine, and then they are watching care bano dimrika, you know. All these things cause accidents, but Ghana for home. So what I say. So even though the government, you know, some of them a designated place to do their businesses right now, some of them will still choose to be on the streets because according to them, no, the market space, you know, they don't get more money or more customers there.
That and all that. How do you respond to such concerns?
Like I said earlier, they have spaces in between the markets. I mean, we've met the market leadership and we told the market centers there are a lot of space in between there. And so why can't they move? Those that, yes, we have few people who doesn't have, but I mean, coming close to the roadside wouldn't solve, selling by the roadside wouldn't solve the problem. I mean, there are other spaces they can, I mean, equally sell there. I mean, not necessarily coming to the roadside. And so, I mean, I don't know, some of their concerns, like you said, some few challenges, but we'll see to that.
So overall, everything considered, you know, is it nice to say yes, Pama man for on the street, a man for who did job this way? No, obviously not. What you say? But here is the situation, say we also want a Ghana and so to Afibiana, Accra flooded, and a Ghana being flooded. We want a Ghana, Accra nye choked to the level, say, baby, and can take you 5 minutes to get to know. With traffic, it better take you 30 minutes or more. We all want to reach our destinations very fast and easy. What I say, but sometimes it's a little bit difficult because the choir and kebeti me and sano. Or man for a turn no matter half of. So as normal people, no, you pay all these fast traffic, you know, traffic entry and person so to flood, and then still want people to also do market on the road that are designated for cars. What I say. So it's necessary. Even though it's very bad, it's still necessary. Send a traders number find a new place to do their business. What I say?
They know better that where they are is not the right place to sell. So if I entertain them by saying I want to look for a place for them, I already have enough problems already. So they should come to the markets. A video be popping there. Traffic light I can say direct cars. Obiabo kind of tent at their fat traffic light in home. That person don't care about if they say it's seriously sad. This can only happen in Kaswa. They cover the traffic lights there.
I watch, I think UTV, one woman, morning show host, Abusia, or sister any pan, I see a pen near Chinitum, Nipakro, yes, Adiano. And you know, I side with her because traffic lights, you should Ghana. Hey, but you know, Kaswa is a whole different vibe.
So, mon corner, say you pay say no, but I see it me chim. as I say ye chino we dear we don't have it is a scrap dealers na because ye nim omo bi omo ye adwuma na Johnny ade we say le pefe minu mienu nyina ye ni hu as I say ye chino why dia baby e the traffic light esie no what me important would they air cover. That is illegal.
And one last thing, and they say, a man for say okay, say I buy you two or more from the road and not from the streets now. Then I buy you pebe be mom. But here's the thing, say that really isn't the job of the government. What they say, because maybe I was selling at in the first place, and you was assassin. A year for car, say car and faso. And this is what I do when I so be a mechanic. That doesn't mean say, oh you're right. What they say. You see, ignorance of the law doesn't mean say law no intervene. No one actually cares. So it's up to you to find a new place. If there's a government and I'm pebe be a mamwa. What you say? We want Ghana to be, a Ghana we will all be proud of. But sometimes, some sacrifices or some, harsh decisions, must be taken. And for me, I think that this is one of the necessary decisions as a government need to take. Inti amount for na busia we are to it's sad. But again, one hour turn normal. It wasn't even right also in the first place to be even selling there as well. So all you can do right now basically is plead with the government, say be your mom pay before from mama. Send a bear list to makwa and find ways and means beer ubetimi get people and I say people to patronize idea otonton. Because seriously, I won't lie. Okoba bit some makola. A man for what shops of makola no. They pay in dollars. How many people that turn normal on the street that they will have dollars to rent those kind of thing buildings? Then they can't count. Very few people. But again, if they pay Ghana ye pay Ghana and kind kwa ye pay the cleanliness of Ghana ye pay Ghana and so to enfladia. Some of these measures, even though they are hard to swallow, we still have to accept it. Mami who your comment section as well. Tap send. Den numero uno. Mobile app abusia betim dia send this car command dofo e Ghana. So wo Italy, wo Germany, wo Europe, wo USA, wo even Dubai. Now person send this car the brand dofo Ghana. App where so use tap send. Kwa Apple App Store na Google Play Store na kwa download no right now for two phones so. Because how they send this car command dofo bia. Yanti we levy untuashe exchange rate no was so. It's fast, it's secure, it's all the good things and mouth trouble. Omu security a top notch. And I first time I could download the app now use the send this car. Ubo code Magraheb Shema. Depending on baby I want. You better see a chowska. I'm at the ska was sending on. The abu just only starting use to tap sender. Make conform our neck. If you know more mobile wallet, I was your bet me load do no with ska. It's a time so I will send this kind of command for Ghana. Now nothing I be connected to bank. Dabi. Oh tap wallet no. The fast na is what send ko. Tap send the abusia mean can form enough. This is when you tap send ya. Ko Apple App Store and Google Play Store na ko download no right now.
Tap send. Papa no.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel for videos like this every day. Till we meet again abusia. Adios.